Okay, we live on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch right now. Okay.
Bet.
Go live
Dang.
on Wisdom. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch right now. Okay.
Okay. Let me turn this shit down.
Yeah. Yeah, turn it on. All right, Kinfo, you gonna take it away? You gonna take it away? I'm trying
Yes,
to.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Alright. All right, we in the lab again tonight. We got a very special guest tonight. Yolong Young, a poet's poet, actor, poet,
Hey,
as well as an author. And we gonna dig into what makes Yolong tick and what he got going on. Go ahead and introduce yourself today, bro.
what's going on, people? My name is Yolan Young, poet's poet. Born and raised out of San Diego, moved to Houston in '01. Been doing this poetry thing and this arts thing for about 15, 16 years now. Loving every moment of it. Appreciate you guys for putting me on the show,
For sure, man. Appreciate you for coming.
Awesome.
It's an honor.
Awesome.
man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So you say you from Cali, man. What brought the move to Houston?
Yeah, on the cool, I had to grow up, homie.
I feel that. I
Really,
feel
really,
that.
like it was so much without getting in deep details. There's just so much going on. Uh, I reached out to, not matter of fact, I was over at one of my auntie's house, something just popped off, and one of my uncles I ain't talked to in I don't know, like years, man. He get on the phone with me and I'm just going in about the whole situations and stuff. And he was like, yo, I want you to pick up a Bible and read John 3:16 and Matthew this and then. And I'm like, nigga, what?
Come on, come on.
What's going on? And as I'm, what I mean, just going off, he stayed calm. He like, after you read that, then I want you to read Mark, and I want you to read this. So I hung up in his face, right? And went
Come
back to the
on.
crib and was like, I said, Pops, can I see your Bible? I mean, my dad was like, nigga, for what? Like, and I was just on it like that. So he gave it to me. And I remember going in the room, went in my bedroom, rolled one up, and I started reading these different chapters. And it was like almost, how like your mind explode, right? I was
Right,
reading
right.
one chapter, thing you do in the dark and be exposed to light. And it was so much drama and so much going on. Like I was just seeing like my life play like a movie, like that. I fast forward, like all the stuff that you done been through, right, or going through.
Go.
And I remember I put it down and I said, man, if you real, I'm talking to God. I said, if you real, homie, like I'll quit all this game. I'll stop drugs, then I'll stop gang. I'll quit everything, right?
Yeah.
I got up the next morning. And on God, my dude, it was like Ice Cube. Today was a good day, man. It wasn't no ghetto birds. I didn't see 5-0. I walked to the store to get a 40, man. It wasn't no crackheads, prostitutes. It was just a good day. So, in my mind,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, this is the day I'm about to leave. Because it's
Yeah.
the kind
Mhm.
it's about to be the day I'm about to be extinct. So I said, all right. So I'm feeling it. Even the pigeons are like doves and shit. Right. I go back. Make a long story short, man. I go back and I was like, yo, I called my uncle. He's like, man, just come out here for like 2 weeks. And I've been out here ever since, homie.
Man, thank God for that guidance, man. Definitely a shift in mentality, man, for to the guy that I met not too long ago, man. A very inspirational dude, man. You never think, you know what I'm saying, he was one of the hard heads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. So I'm 43 now, Nate. So when I came out here, I was 21, 22. It was right after y'all had that big storm, Allison.
Yeah.
And man, to see so many beautiful black people, man, with businesses, big old homes, black
Hmm.
colleges, you see, people know it's we like 3% in Cali as far as black
Right.
folks because brothers and sisters moving back to the South. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's cheaper
Hmm.
and all that, and it was getting your life together if you was really in that streets. So for me, from seeing that, me being involved in church and stuff, it was like only thing I wanted to do was like, okay, how can I impact what I felt like I was part of the self destruction? You know
Right,
what I
right,
mean?
right.
From that, it grew to everything that's been going on today. It just
That's
changed my mindset. Started reading more, evaluating between us, and not so much about what they say we supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, I mean, gathering our conversations, that we've had over the course of knowing each other, I know you to be a spiritual dude, man, a pretty positive mindset. Um, what got you into the poetry, and how did you transition that newfound mentality switch, and now want to expose it or project it to the world? It's like a
Uh,
lyrical testimony.
I was like the rest of us that be in the hood. I want to be an MC. You know what I mean? So of course, I was doing hip hop and bars and all that, but my heart wasn't really in it. I always been in the poetry. I've always been in the poetry, not the art of the spoken word, but just writing. Everything
Right.
from your Langston Hughes to your Dr. Seuss to your Robert Frost. I always been
Come on.
into like the storytelling part. So I always wrote, but it wasn't until about 08, 09 when I had my first book. I didn't publish it yet, right? It just sitting
Okay.
on the side. And one of my homies, shout out to Baritone Ernest Benson, he was staying around me at the time, and he took it and he read it, right? And
Right.
he kept
Right.
like 3-6 months. And I'm like, yo, can I get that's my only copy. He was like, yo, man, you need to get on the mic. I was like, man, I don't spit more, I don't rap like that no more, whatever, right? He was like, nah, man, you need to do spoken word. And he was the one to break down spoken word and poetry too. So it was a spot that Seven used to have called Shadow Bar back in the Gap. And I took one of the poems that was out of the book and I spit it, and the crowd went crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm on some real knowledge bone type shit, right?
Right.
So it was from that to being invited to start coming out and doing a bunch of different stuff. So I still wasn't really understanding the power of what spoken word can do and the power that you have with your pen. The words say that the pen is mightier than the sword. So I started using that as my effort to say, okay, this is what we need to talk about in our communities and what's going on global with us. And it just so happened to resonate with the people. So
Yeah.
that's how I've been on it, man.
Okay, okay. So so you're an author too. So I'm gonna pull up your book on. Okay, so we have Is this your first book that you published right here that we have on the
Ma'am.
front?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. That's it. That's the part.
Give us a little synopsis of what we would get if we decide to purchase this book.
Purchase the book. Okay, well the name kind of speaks for itself. The unknown child named Yolan. I based it off of that for one. People always think that Yolan is like a stage name. No, that's the name my mama birthed me.
Right.
So it was always language and thoughts behind the name. So with the name came with, okay, let me give people what they know about me now, but didn't know who I was then.
Right.
So the book is kind of like a poetic biography from the beginning, from when I was a kid to growing all up to now as being a grown man in America, African American man in America, and all the stuff we have to go through: hurts, habits, pains, love, the whole nine. So it's really like a bunch of short stories in poetry form, and then you have the ones that's definitely about what we gonna understand, and let them know, we not alone. What y'all was going through in Houston during the 80s is exactly what I was going through in Cali during the 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell the stories of why we are the way we are in the narrative, all the way going back from slavery and on up. So it gives a bunch of stories and then it just gives love pieces too. So you get a whole view of who Yolan is versus me just telling you can actually read it and say, oh, okay. I didn't know he went through that. I didn't know, yeah, we are a lot more similar across this nation than you think.
Right. Which was another question I was going to ask you. When it comes to the the switch in geographic from Cali to Houston, how different or similar are the mentalities, and do you feel like it has the same pretty much background formula to what is the psyche of the black man or our culture per se?
When you say the psyche of the black man, yes, the same formula. But when you see the difference of certain regions, more unity, right? Like when I moved out here in Houston, gang banging wasn't even on like that.
Right.
right? That's one of the reasons.
Yeah, I remember when it came through around the
seeing
90s.
more clicks, crews, and environment. Right. So see, I was like, nigga, there was a lot of cats wearing pink because Dipset was on at the time. You know what I mean? It was like H-Town is real flashy. You know what I mean? I'm seeing the swingers and pop screens, and I'm like, I was like really turned on by how you could have a function and it didn't get turned out by 5-0. You know what I mean? It really was some joints out here. You know, my family was taking me to 3rd Ward, 5th Ward, and all these different avenues and stuff. And I was just loving, like, yo, you can make it out here. This is why you seen a lot of cats from the East and the West traveling to the South, because, you know, it really is some type of camaraderie. Yeah, you have your inter beefs and situations. That's everywhere. But I ain't been nowhere else. I done traveled, bro, and I ain't been nowhere else just been like Houston, man, or Texas when it comes to what you can create and thrive out here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now we have so much with the social media is being put on with the youngsters and some of the old school cats too, you know, like pushing the narrative of the violence and drugs and whoop-de-whoop. But you got cats out here and brothers and sisters who fighting so hard against that to push the narrative like you better than what they say.
Right.
So, you know, that's one of the things I learned when I came out here. Like, you only gonna be what you want to be. If you want to be that cat, you want to be negative, you could be on it, but you also can be on the positive. You just got to grind and get it. You know what I mean? And stay motivated to say, you know, I can push that. So that's one of the things I noticed that was the difference from coming out here. And now, mind you, anytime I see someone that comes out of another environment and you come into a new one, it ain't where you at.
Yeah.
So if you come here on the BS, you're gonna catch that BS.
Yeah.
If you walk around with love and positivity, you want to learn more. Oh man, you're gonna get all the love and back. And since I've been out here, man, I ain't never had no plex. When I was younger, you know, because I was still on it, but you know.
Well, yeah.
I ain't never had nothing that's like, but I done seen cats come out here and be on it, like, man, my steak better than yours type shit. And it just like, man, what was the point of you migrating to better yourself if you still gonna be on a negative narrative?
Right.
Oh man.
That's what's up. Speaking of narratives, man, what type of message do we get when we catch a Yolan show or we hear one of Yolan's pieces?
Everything, how much I love us, period, unapologetically. Like, I used to do, right, the my love joints or the erotic joints and joints and it was the elders, man. I think it was that one piece that circulates around, man. It's been going for Soul Power, you know, from James Brown and Don King's joint they did for Muhammad Ali and the fight with him, George Foreman out there in Zaire. It's a documentary.
Yeah.
Right? So I wrote to it and I started spitting it. And the thing that I admired the most, I see, okay, this is what God wanted me to do, because it was the elders coming up to me like, yo, we need this. Or you see some young cats like, yo, man, you own it. And I'm young spitting like this, man. Like, not on like I'm super conscious, you know, woo, 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 but that's what we taught back home too. Even though it's a lot of gang situation stuff, we taught on that Black Panther top mentality.
Right.
Seek knowledge and understand knowing thyself. So, you know, I mean, it's a blend of that. So that's why we so hard pressed when it comes to it. So I would just always deliver, not knowing that, not caring if anybody was like shaking chains or whatever. Like, the moment I started doing my joints and the crowd just, you don't hear nothing. Right. So a couple times I would go to like some of the foundations on the scene and I come to them like, yo, man, like nobody saying nothing. They listening. They listening. So the more and more I started writing, I really was like, God, give me the gift of language and how and give it to my people the way that you see fit for me. Because I want to talk about us in the community, not on some negative and you this and you that, like too preachy, but to show me, because everything in my pieces is my truth. Right. When you hear me talk, like any piece you hear me do, it's me in there somehow, some form way. To show me just so that's how that's been the basis of it for the last 15 years. Man. I just can't stop writing like that, man. Like it's too much for us to go on. Now that they're trying to do this critical race theory and erasing us from the history of cause. Yeah. Man, I'll be damned if I sit up here and not discuss A, B, C, and D from BC to AD and in between. Right. You know what I mean? I got little seeds. I got nephew, nieces. I got baby girls. They need to understand like this is how you are. This is how strong you are. This is how powerful you are. Don't let the media and this certain music and certain visuals tell you this is what you got to be on. Nah. We authentic. We authentic people.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And that was a real powerful piece, man. I as a matter of fact, I put it on the promo, man. It's like one of my favorite ones. It's one of my favorite ones, you know what I'm saying? Especially the part, you know, about the gorillas turning to educated apes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I mean, that's honestly how I feel like they view us, you know what I'm saying? And then when we do step out on the intellectual plane, then there's some, you pretty sharp for an ape, basically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You wanted the good ones.
Yeah, right. Like we ain't give them this.
Hey, before I had to retire 5 years back, I was in pathology, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm wearing scrubs every day. I'm playing with blood and fluids and microscopes every day. You know what I mean? But you'll see me in scrubs and be like, and I'm talking to some of them, be like elderly white folk, you know what I mean? You know, even us, they be like, man, you speak so well, you speak so articulate. And I would die laughing because at the same time, I go back home, they like, man, nigga, you know, you ebonics. Like, so it was so funny.
Yeah.
The way they view you when you in a uniform.
Mm-hmm.
I would see some of these same people, and this would be in church too. Some of these same people at the grocery store, and I'll be out, you know, just in my regular clothes. Now I'm a threat.
Yeah.
So you judge a book by its cover, and that's the other narrative that I talk to in my writings too. It's like you can't just judge a book by its cover, but because y'all have that same, think about it, Nate, real quick. If we know over the generations what they have done, and we've been taught, they know in their generations what they have done, and they have been taught too. Right. So if they taught Asian, Indian, wherever that this color is a monster.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna view. No matter the fact they listen to all our music, they wear all our clothes. You know what I mean? They buy out, you know what I'm saying? They watch all our movies.
It's a whole branch in the FBI that pretty much know us better than a lot of us know us. You know what I'm saying? So they know the knowledge that they're trying to keep from us.
Bro, you know? We just had the documentary on Malcolm X that came out last year or the year before last on Netflix. You watched that? I know you watched it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look how many years that you had certain people that knew the truth. But when you watch that, you like, yo, everything that you see y'all do when we try to come up with being lifted with education or equality or foundations, always have a hand to try to destroy that. Snowfall by John Singleton shows a great narrative.
Yeah.
You watch that on Hulu.
Right.
I went down back home in the 80s.
Right. Mm-hmm. But honestly, man, it's pretty peculiar how Singleton is gone now.
I think I think you breaking up.
5-0 kicked over CPS and the news cameras.
Right.
To come get my moms, man. Me and my siblings. I was in handcuffs or like one of them string ties, 8 years old. Right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now when you understand, like, what
is he breaking up on your end?
Oh yeah, you breaking up bad, Kinfolk.
Yolan.
Let's see if we
can
refresh. Yo.
Check your connection because we losing you a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like we missing a key part of your
yes, sir. Speech. Can you message him?
Yeah, hold on.
Message him, yeah. All right, y'all, give us a second. We having a little technical difficulties. So that's all right. We're gonna catch this message.
Yeah. While we work on that, you got that soul power. Can you hear me now?
Go ahead and text him. I'm gonna bring up his YouTube. Go ahead and text him and let him know he's breaking up real bad. We can't hear nothing.
Okay, cool. And yeah, come back through whenever your connection is right, Yolanda.
I don't know if he can hear us.
Hey, y'all can't hear us.
Yeah, he's saying he can't hear us.
Go
Hold
ahead,
on.
go ahead, and I'm gonna bring up his YouTube.
Right.
That door like this, not that rock that fit. I'm in down my sock, can't hold my Glock, reason I don't like that shit. Y'all turn they can't watch no bitch. It's my friend don't like no bitch.
Improv. Real quick, can everybody put 2 fingers in the air? On the count of 3, we gonna yell peace. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. My young kings, I come to you tonight with open arms, declaring peace, having the intent to prevent another hand from opening a case of bullets that read extinction, genocide, unfamiliar words to the young king's eye, whose image has been trapped, draped with visions of red rags and blue rags, weed, molly, liquor, half-naked women twerking for figures displayed on his TV screen, imitated in these streets that he watches intensely from the womb. By age 2, young king is already
Can you bring him up,
who's. By age 9, he has the social side rates his top 5 favorite movies: Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, New Jack City, Belly, and Shrek. Yeah, Shrek. See, young king is still a child. By age 15, it is.
Yeah, you kind of lagging a little bit. Let me see if I can.
His mind now thinks he's a killer / drug dealer. So I say to y'all tonight, peace.
Come on.
For it was a time in my life that porridge was as foreign as the Tech 9 that I held, the unforgiving turf that I dwelt, ran deep with burgundy life source on smoking and dripping flesh caused by game rounds. Because the colors.
Yeah, I see and hear you now, bro.
Rags banging out the back of Stark 510 jeans as death awaits. Yeah,
It might be.
there was groups like A Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Leaders of the New School, Brand Nubians, Far Side, Arrested Development, Black Cheese, Public Enemies. Fight the power.
Come on.
Fight the power.
Okay.
Fight the power.
All right, yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. In a different world left us with a sense of possibility. At least we had a fighting chance. We're now dealing with a reality that's more trivial than so-called housewives dating franchise giving a young mind a little king. Because it's not reality. My young kings. And even so, my young queens, I can shoot out the statistic, fatalistic, realistic truth of the matter is, squash this shit. Let's play the blame game. Yes, let's play the blame game 1. Old kings who still out doing the same old thing, refusing to be a father, say, why bother? The mother will never change. So he hangs with his homeboys in the field. He should have retired a long time ago from the race to see that looks at him like the man of steel. 2, our older queens who leaves little Jay home with Uncle Steve while she parades around in the club under the mug, not knowing that little Jay can play with Uncle Steve when he pretends to be asleep. Whispering in his ear, shh, this is normal. Don't be scared. Which brings me to 3. Little Jay keeps it on the down low because mommy and daddy may not be home. And as he gazes out his window and sees his homeboys wearing skinny jeans, sagging and switching at the same time, say, hold on.
Check the bottom, kinfolk.
I understand why that might be confusing to the
Do what?
Check the bottom.
Get the picture? 4, mom and pops is crackheads. 5, unemployment is on the rise. 6, the corrupt school system. 7, now
What you mean?
It's the radio. 9, it's just to change the times. 10.
Yeah, he up.
High incarceration.
Now, look at the bottom.
So
Look at Instagram.
No, look at the bottom. He came in
got
again.
11 and 12. You said they go hand
Oh,
in hand.
okay, hold
White
on.
folks and cops on the
Let me
high
minimize my screen.
heard members of Congress shake their hand when they get acquitted.
Oh, okay. Let me add it.
My phone. I got off my laptop. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you damn good now. You damn good.
Okay, yeah.
Take the other one
You know,
down.
Round table of the Black Caucus having conversations and topics about the destruction of our young black youth. We can march until our feet get bruised, protest and scream until our lungs collapse. Or maybe, just maybe, we can spend more time with our babies, pull them away from the visual virus called TV. Fathers, raise your young men to be kings. I say fathers. Raise our little boys to be kings. I say fathers, raise your sons to be kings, my queens. Help us keep these babies about the streets. Get the substance down, change their lifestyles. Not one person who don't know what I'm talking about. We stay out their jail cells, continue to educate ourselves.
Just keep the babies out the street.
mhm.
Baby fathers got some. Stay on top of their homework assignments. Become their biggest fans, then maybe, just maybe, young king will want to pick up a pistol. Instead, he picks up a pencil. Packing his world with wisdom that he learned from you. Now he does the same thing with his newborn CC, Lord knows. That's a reality show our ancestors would have loved to see. Get the big picture. Peace.
All right, come on.
Man,
That's
preach.
what's So poetry.
Man, in the full effect. Yes, sir.
That's what's up. I think that really piggybacks on what we dropped off with the whole snowfall. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
you was trying to iterate on how that reality coincided with the reality you saw coming up.
Yeah, so man, how can I say this? The moment you start realizing you're a part of the problem and not the solution, it's almost like a wake-up call. You know what I mean? So when all I asked God for was like wisdom and discernment, not money, bread, or nothing like that. Just give me wisdom and discernment. How can I help impact to help our next generations? It's a hard fight, but you always gonna need nurses and doctors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't understand, if you in this for the bread, right? And trust, we get paid for this. I stay gigged up, but my heart is the truth. We gonna be good, but my heart is the truth. They gonna try to counsel you regardless. They'll counsel you if you say something that they don't like, but they keep playing the same destruction of music that is destruction of music, right? And then turn around and say, oh, we all like this because of music. Hold on, nigga. Y'all been killing us way before it was even hip hop.
Right.
When it was jazz. So you know what I mean? Let's find out what's really the problem. And y'all know what the problem is. A lot of times it's just hard for us to accept because you have to change your whole mindset sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because until you find out that when people say, oh, I'm getting out the mud, man, so ain't nothing to brag about. That ain't to brag about. Let's put them on and say, I came up out of this. You can do this too. There's very different ways. So that's the thing that Houston showed me, as so many brothers and sisters that went to school or had the opportunity to go to a college, right? Don't mean that they didn't have some trials and tribulations at home or dysfunctional family stuff. It's up to you. And you got to let these babies know you still have a choice. When I came up, it was sometimes there wasn't really no choice. It was in my house. Gangbanging was in my house, dog.
Yeah.
When I came out in the streets, I didn't even know what a blood was until I moved in with my gramps on the other side of town. Like when I talk about 1989, this piece, I didn't even know what a red blood, I didn't even know what a flag was. You couldn't tell me what a dime was. And then I learned, so when you grow up in blocks, in different blocks is banging, but you also see the camaraderie and unity. Then you also see the empowerment of what that crack rock did, but then you also see the police brutality, but then you also see those out there trying to pave a way that builds you. So by the time I came out here, I was already built to run into these streets and talk about this and not worry about you clapping at me, because I'm not worried about clapping at you. I'm trying to clap at them. That's why the little dysfunction that happened with us right now, man, ain't nothing but the Alphabet Boys.
Right. Yeah. That Willie Lynch syndrome.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So you just gotta be unafraid to be your authentic truth, and not your authentic truth be what they tell you this what you should be.
That's what's up.
Look what you're doing right now, Nate. Nate, you came off, man. You know, we jaw jack all day. And
Mhm.
Nate, y'all, if y'all don't know, one of the illest lyricists I've ever had the privilege of knowing. Matter of fact, he's all over in the film. It was all over in the film. Nate, we'll talk about that later. But to see that, and then to see we family men.
Mhm.
Yeah, we made it out of some of the places on the corners a lot of our homies didn't make it from. And I do it for them too. So it's a good thing when I get my partners from back home, whether they Bloods, Crips, or just regular, civilians, be like, yo, man, keep keeping it, keep doing it.
Yeah.
You got some of the OGs, yo, man, you telling our story.
Straight up.
So yeah, man, whatever God give you, this is just what I feel like He giving me, and I'm gonna do it until it's time to go home.
That's what's up. Speaking of films, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to take none of the light off. This your interview, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to take none of the light off of you. Speaking of films, you know what I'm saying? We sitting here with a real live indie star, you know what I'm saying? Indie film star, you know what I'm saying? We're going to see him in the mainstream soon, man. So, I mean, let's go and get into that, man.
All right.
What got you into the acting, man, and what got you so layered and able to get into these characters I've seen you get into?
Man, just something to do. I'm be honest. I swear to God, like it wasn't one point in my life I ever said, "Man, I want to be an actor."
Man, and I swear, man, when I see, I got to be right there behind the camera checking you out. You know what I'm saying? So it's man, I would swear that you was one of them types that was like, man, such and such inspired me since a kid, and I wanted to be an actor since I was 4.
I could, like, real honest with you. I remember first before we came into the films back in 2011, 2012. I had got asked to do a play. But my homie Jay Speaks, shout out to Jay Speaks, my brother was a great poet out here and hip hop artist. The dude I was playing the lead fell out. He was like, man, he just got a couple lines of script, just read it. Got 2 weeks to shoot to do the play. Man, I got the script and it was a full thick. I said, man, this all over.
A couple lines.
So it was shout out to him and the director Erica. Calling of a Call Girl, that was the name of it, right? We had to play this dude who, had a wife that was successful, but had a mission on the side and a girlfriend on the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was actually about HIV awareness. Okay. I did the play when I first did it, man. I had Walk in the Morning and didn't know it. And directors and other people was like, man, you killed that. So it went from that to my wifey, who's also a spoken word artist and an actress and a light too. When we got together in 2014, 2015, she had already did like 2 films. So with Pipe Dreams, which will be coming out on all streams September 15th, was like, well, come on out. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. Actually, it really was the truth. I didn't like the trailer because I was like, I don't believe that dude. And this is on some G shit, right? I was like, I don't believe that dude. So I went out to audition for the lead, who was Legacy. Shout out to my brother Nico, who killed it. Yeah. And when they called me, they was like, look, the casting call, they was like, look, you killed that. But we got something else for you. So the director, shout out to Jayla World Productions, she wrote a whole new character to be in the film. And the rest from that, man, I'm 5-6 films deep, working on 2 projects. You already know about Schools Joint, and it's just been going for them. So it's just kind of about like being on that word of mouth. And I've auditioned maybe like 2 or 3 times, but now I like it because it's like seeing something. It's different. Yeah. So that's another thing that we teach our youth and our people, man. You don't know until you try.
Yeah.
If you fail, you fail, but at least you said you try.
Yeah.
Don't have to make them try. So I didn't have really nothing else to do because after I had I had a massive heart attack in 2015, right? Y'all told you about this, right?
Yeah.
So I had to sit down. And then they had to put the device in my chest, and I'm on a heart transplant list and all that. So I really was on something, man. What's my contribution to the world now? It was a real dark place. So a lot of my homies and associates on the poetry scene and just family was handing me books and, pens like, yo, do what you do best. It's hard to do that, man, when you got a expiration date. But watch this, trip on this. And I know you're going to understand, Nate. When we were young, you remember like, statistically between 14 and 21, I was supposed to be gone anyway.
Yeah, 21
So when I
is-
made 21, it was
that's-
like, the family don't, the family throwing parties, celebrating. I go home, see on the news, statistically 25 now.
Yeah. No, they done stretched it out a little.
I still got to get with this shit.
They were still trying to get you.
Right. So every year go by, and people like, yo, why you don't throw big parties for yourself and all that? I'm like, man, I'm just thank God I'm still here.
Yeah.
So I had to do something. So when this came along, I've only been doing it since 2018, and since 2018, bruh, like God done blessed me being some major films, man. I got one I can't even speak on right now that I just got hit. That's gonna have who like the producer that produced Bruce Willis, Leon. It's crazy, man. It's crazy where it's going. So I just give him the honor, man, and say, yo, I didn't know what a thespian was. When I remember that brother that got mad at me because I got his role, he was like, man, I'm a thespian. I was like, I don't
Hey man, hey, look, we ain't got to worry about what you do in your bedroom and all that.
Oh God, that's exactly what I said. I was like, man, you ain't gotta come at me like that. But I don't know. They was like, bro, this acting stuff. So the thing when it really hit me was last year. My wife had just rocked the legendary Jesse H. Jones Hall. So we tripping on this, right? For doing the Black Lives Matter joint. And then I did a play there for the World's Intermission from my sister Deep. And that was the first time I've ever been in anything that big before. Right. You know what I mean? On some stages, where the legends rock here, they got scientists talking here and TED Talks and all type of theatrical. And then the director and the CEO come up was like, yo, so it'd be those things. Like, it doesn't matter how many people following you. It doesn't matter how many views you got. It's the right people you connected to. That's gonna see. Right. And that's how I always finished it. So once I get on the mic and I'm on a stage and performing, no matter if it's at a hole in the wall or if it's at a improv or anything like that, it's always somebody in there like, hey, can you come talk to at my school? Can you come to college? Can you, do this with the youth? And even with the joints with Derek Muhammad, my brother Derek Muhammad, shout out to him and the Black Male Summits. That was all off the joint of the spoken word. So it's really spoken word really saved my life, man.
Yeah. Man, don't it feel funny, man? I know you've been doing it since 2008, you say.
Yeah.
And, I switched focus from rapping to spoken word not even a year ago. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's crazy how impactful it is, man, especially if you got substance and actually want to say something, not just there for the snaps and the shaking of the chains, like you said, but you actually want to project a message. And I mean, it's crazy how it's almost, I wouldn't say scary, but it's almost like you feel the obligation and the responsibility of what you say.
That's the fact, man. But you're right. It is kind of, when you get up there and you're bearing your truth, and then you realize that your truth is about 5, 7, 8 people in that crowd that come up to you and like that's their truth too. Mm-hmm. You remember how Bernie Mac said back in Kings? I say what you say, but you just afraid to say it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't understand that fear when it comes to especially us, because a lot of times we get the itching, especially saying something like, talking about some baby mama drama, some child support, baby dad drama. You know what I mean? And they know they going through it too, so they get itching. Right. Like, this nigga. Yeah. But it's no knocking to everybody, because I feel like spoken word is just like every other form of music and genre. Even in country, you have your different country. Even in reggae, you have your different reggae. In different R&B, you have your different R&B. In spoken word, you have the same thing. You know what I mean? You got those that I want to make you laugh because I make you laugh. You know what I mean? And you got those that's like, I'm about to kick it. I'm about to kick the truth, but it's your delivery.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody can do it, but are you gonna resonate? You know what I mean? Right. So my thing was, I don't want no gimmicks. I'm just gonna give it to you the way I know how to. And if you like it, cool. If you don't, cool. You know what I mean? But I came up here and left my truth on this stage, on this platform, and then planted the seed so you can think about it later.
Yeah.
There's parts in the book. Real quick. There's parts in my book. People get the book, right? Mm-hmm. And I've had, you know what I mean, and strangers, they hit me back and they go, yo, you did a poem about this such and such and such and such. Like I did a poem called Micro Imagery, where I was talking about these vaccines and flus, because I worked in pathology, right?
Right.
So I knew, you know what I mean, the different viruses. So I did this about 5 years ago. Somebody, he was like, man, it was during COVID. Was like, yo, you were talking about this years ago. And that's how spoken word go, man. That's how the art form go. People may not catch on until years later.
Yeah, till something actually happened, and he's like, man, that boy said that shit. Yeah.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Straight up. Man.
Yeah, but I love it, man. I love it. It is what brought to the film and stuff. I'm sorry.
No, so this is your first publication, your writing. Is this your last book, or are you working on another book? Or?
Oh man, the next one is Mixed Emotions. It should be out. Trying to release it fall. Mixed Emotion, everyday poetry for everyday people.
Okay.
So that's really like, that's another one that, you know, let's make it global, because y'all know the pens, right? Poetic energy needed society. Remember we did that documentary, right?
Yeah.
Man, that documentary is in what, 12 different countries, right?
Cool.
Done won. I can't even count how many indie awards it won. Now you're talking about 14 different artists that was interviewed and did their pieces from Houston and the surrounding areas, right?
Yeah.
We in India, Russia, Asia, Canada, East Coast, West Coast, places you wouldn't even think like, yo, and they paying attention.
Yeah.
And they paying attention. So it's spoken word has been here since the beginning. Beginning, bruh. You go to the Old Testament, you see, you know, Sam Solomon and talking to his wife, you know what I mean, on that romantic joint in the Old Testament.
Parables.
You know what I'm saying? So it's been here since the beginning. So the words is powerful. It's just how you use them. And I'm just trying to use it to the best of my ability for our people and our babies.
Man, speaking of pens, man, there's some heavy hitters on there, man. Man, shout out to MC Lero, B-Tap,
Lady 380.
Yeah, Lady 380.
Tiffany Wordmatician on there. Kanai's on there. Adams Eve's on there. Sunny C Lights on there. Slights on there. Sevens on there. Snows on there. So I like how what they did with it. They show old school, new school, legends, and vets.
Yeah.
And everybody had their own take on what this art form meant. So is everybody better than their truth? So however you feel it and you see it, that's how they feel.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. That's why I love about it. That's why I was doing so good. As a matter of fact, shout out to Quali TV. If you don't have the app, get the app Quali TV. It's on that right now. Breaking numbers on there too.
Bet. Yeah, y'all go check it out, Quali TV. Also, while I got you here, I'm gonna plug you in. What is it, YolanYoung.com?
Yes, sir.
You can check more out from Yolan. We're gonna put every tag, every platform that he's on rebelliousjewels.com. Make sure y'all go there and check him out and follow this man. This man is the truth. You know what I'm saying? I done seen it with my own eyes. This man is the truth. As a matter of fact, I also want to get into some of those clips that we was just talking about when it comes to the acting, man, because like you say, it was just something to do. I'd be goddamn. It was something to do for me.
I want to tell you so much, man. If y'all only knew the behind the scene antics, yo, man, shout out to Old School, man. And Bobby and all that, man.
Yo, Old School, man. Unspoken word.
Yo.
Man, coming soon.
Hey, y'all be trying to stay in character and then shoot them in the hole. Y'all gonna make me put, you know what I mean? Yo, it was real live. It was live.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's gonna be one for the record books, man.
Real shit, bro.
But let's check this out, man. He's a thespian, like.
We're gonna get into these actor reels here.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I was thinking about
What's up, man? Good. Yeah, I know. It's a dumbass question. Look, Lex, man, I don't know what to say. You know I'm not good with shit like this. Ain't too much to say. Lex, Vaughn was a great woman. She's gonna be truly missed. I just came by to let you know if you need someone to listen. I know how you feeling, man.
And how you know how I'm feeling?
Lex, you feeling like somebody that snatched your heart out your chest. Cut open your stomach, took your guts out, and twisted the motherfuckers into knots. It's so goddamn painful you physically hurt. I had someone special once. I loved her. I lost her. Shit ain't been the same ever since. It's a cold game out here, Lex. It's a trusted belief when I tell you I know what it feels like. Look, little bro, I got to go. But if you need me, you know where I'm at.
Hell too.
Come on. Like I say, layers, man, layers.
Yo, shout out to Kenny Summers, man.
I know you said the name of that the last project. What's the name of this one here?
This one was Help Too. Yeah, I played the lawyer in this one, man. His lawyer.
However, hypothetically speaking,
Is this film already out?
let me work my magic.
Yeah, I think he pulled it from YouTube to do some joints with it. But yeah, it's been out since this one came out like in 2018, 2019.
Show you that the father here is child.
Oh yeah, you the man.
So,
I think I seen this movie.
yeah, this is
Yeah, man, it's the boy from out there from Texas City.
I mean,
That's him right there, the director.
I really don't even know how I'm even go in society and be a normal person.
That was shout out to Galveston County, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like I was some type of monster.
good note though. Being that she lied saying that was your child, we have something to hang over her head. She had a hard time convincing the judge anything she says.
Definitely.
And all I need from you though is to stay out of trouble. Let me do my job, Tim.
You know I'm gonna stay out of trouble. I've been doing that my whole life.
No
But
COVID.
I'll tell you something. I'll give you the biggest payday of your life, Jacob. You know me, I always take care of my people. You know how I get down.
It's my motherfucking clip, bro.
What's up, Raquel?
What the fuck are you doing here? How'd you get in?
Came to see you. I used the key legacy game.
Get the fuck out!
Lower your motherfucking voice when you talking to me.
What do you want?
Relax. I come in peace. For now. Have a seat. Nigga, this wasn't a request.
Taylor World and Pipe Dream.
Yeah.
Media.
Yeah, go ahead and cover all that up. I know you done fucked up right.
What are you talking about?
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Insult my intelligence.
I wasn't trying.
Shut the fuck up when I'm talking. See, Raquel, that's your biggest problem is your mouth. I told Legacy to cut your tongue out a long time ago. I would have. Still might. I'm just joking. But you do know what happened to snitches, right?
I'm not a snitch.
There you go again. Insult my intelligence. So I'm asking your ass one more time. You do know what happened to snitches, right?
They end up with stitches.
You know what stitches.
Yeah, where I catch this movie on the
Nigga,
rerun?
this ain't no motherfucking movie.
Yeah, we finna get to that. You finna give us the link to all that.
Drop this. We're gonna run this
Whatever
up.
it takes to make it right. I was just mad at Legacy. I didn't tell them everything, and I didn't tell them anything about you.
Raquel, be a woman about your shit.
Come on.
You see, rule number 1, never do anything you gonna feel sorry for later. You should live your life with no regrets. But you see, Lex and Jax, We like family. And I am my brother's keeper. Lord to the motherfucking sword.
Genesis, are you gonna kill me?
Yes, bitch. Not today.
Yeah, we gotta catch him on replay.
Yes, bitch.
Man, that whole theater went crazy on that.
Lost y'all, my boy Lexington. I can't have that. So I'm gonna allow you to get your affairs in order. Make sure you take care of my little niece. I just came by to let you know what's up. I figured it's the least I can do since we homies and all. But your days are numbered. You can stop with all that crying shit. We all born dying.
Come on.
No one lives forever. Say, Pete, I'm gonna see Legacy Showcase. You should come. Raquel,
Yes.
don't worry about telling anybody about this conversation. Well, hell, can't nobody save your ass anyway. And if you think about skipping town and doing some stupid shit like that, it's only gonna piss me off. And I don't chase after now, ho. See you soon.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, you like you a natural. You just a
Yeah.
natural.
Hey, man. Talking about something to do, man. This like Denzel, Idris, and everybody wrapped up in one. Niggas and from the hometown, you know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah. This one was a short film we did a Definition of Manhood.
You just gonna have to beat my ass this time. That's how you want.
This is part of the hardest role I had to play, man.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you how you feel about playing things that don't really reflect your character for real.
Man, it like you go through a place like decompression. The film that'll be May 24th.
Hey, go ahead.
Okay, May 24th. Fair Play will be streaming on all streaming channels. Just about all. I'll plug you guys. That's the last one we did that premiered last year, where I played a character named Jay, who was married but had a love interest and fell in love with his little side piece. Right? Understand she didn't want to be with him no more. So he take things to another level. That having to have so many different dimensions. I remember, the whole theater was like, "Yo, this nigga is crazy." So, or when you do different plays, I did a play called Dance Cries, where I had to take it to another baby, pull the tears and all that. Like all of that, to be honest with you, man, it's really having great coaches, and I'm coachable. You know what I mean? So that was a good thing too to have. Shout out to Black Blues, homegirl Crystal, and stuff like that. Like they really pull for what they can see in you that you don't see in yourself. So, we keep going. It's like, okay, this is a great take. We did the same thing with Unspoken Words. Like having, you remember.
Man, I don't know, man. You was kind of one taking that shit, man. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
that first, well, I'm gonna say there's a cemetery scene. I'll just leave it like that, right? Gotcha. And at the time, I had just lost moms. Moms, God bless her soul, just passed away 2 years ago on the 25th of March. So, I'm dealing with that situation. So I just thinking about that, and then it just flowed, homie. You know what I mean? Or you think about past, you done been in so many real life situations in my life. It ain't hard to actually pull from. It's just that we don't carry that shit on our shoulders.
Yeah, so it ain't on demand like that.
Yeah, so we gotta put it in because the next thing is going moving. But when you get time to marinate to yourself, all that stuff reflects. So I just put it into the pen and I just put it into the scripts and then pull from. And shout out to Mark Kako G. I'm doing his joint, American Nightmare, where it's gonna be like on some Twilight Zone type shit, but like on black people stuff. So I'll be playing the character Rod Sterling. Remember the narrator?
Yeah. You was kind of letting me in on that not too long ago.
Yeah, man. So the thing is just an honor. Oh man, Jonathan Milton, man. I just did Perfect. I forgot I did Perfect Wife too. Yeah. And I did that.
The
Yeah, so you can
resume
catch-
is extensive, man.
Man.
Y'all need to check him out, man.
Bruh.
Catch him before he blow. You know what I'm saying? While you can get
Yeah.
close enough to get that autograph, man.
Hey, man. Hey, don't holler at me now when you see me on that red carpet. You know what I mean? Talking about, I've been knowing that. Hey.
Yeah.
But,
Now, I want
but
to ask you, you say you're able to draw from real life experiences to execute certain scenes. And we saw in that last scene where we know that you're a family man, you're not a homosexual man. Do you have to take yourself out of the scene to be able to execute a scene where you're having to play something that you're not? Did it take a lot of coaching? How do you deal with doing a scene like that and knowing that that's not your character?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like when the director, when Jayla called me and she says, "Hey, can you play a homosexual?" Right? And I said, "Nope."
Yeah.
Right. And she was like, "No," and I was like, "No." And this ain't no disrespect to whatever you do behind closed doors or whoever you with.
Right.
I was just like, I just don't know if I could pull it off. Right. And she was like, "Okay, read the script." And when I read the script, it wasn't so much about homosexuality, but about abuse and rape in the Black community. You know what I mean? This brother had been sexually assaulted from the age of 4. That was his uncle. And this is are the taboo things that a lot of people don't discuss that happen in our community. Because it's like, go to church and pray on it. But there's a lot of molestation and sexual assaults going on in people's houses. That's the closest people to you. So that put me in the mindset like this has to be done. Right. So what I'll do is I'll go do my research. I watch different films like American Me and all this stuff. And I start embodying these different characters. And I'm like, what is the benefit? How can what was produced? I know people that was assaulted. I had homies that was in prison. You know what I mean? So, pulling from that and being so close to it, it almost, you got to, when they say a character, you really got to put yourself out of it and put that whole character in. So that's back on the coaching you was talking about. I was taught to sometimes go to a park and just people watch. You know what I mean? Like I'm big on like watching documentaries and anime, you know what I mean, Adult Swim type shit. You know what I mean? So I'm not really like my wife, she into all the SUVs and deadly women with knives and women kicking y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she can go to sleep like a baby on it. You know what I mean? I'm sitting back and I was like, okay, so watching to observe for the character Jay to play what's that film, man? Fatal Attraction. Right. You know what I mean? They start off one way, but it's like now it's on some sadistic shit. That's how you take it there. How do you get there? So every character that I go through and I research and build around him, even though they may have him this way, I start building around it and say, okay, play with that again, that goes with the teaching I was taught and the coaching on that and just knock it out, man.
Let me say, that last cut, you ain't damn, what happened?
I think shit, we lost him.
Let's see if we can bring him back up.
All right, get him on the phone. I'm gonna bring up some on YouTube. Let's see what.
Yeah, let's check another one of his joints out while we get him up.
I wish they ordered sandwiches today.
Through Easy Cater?
Oh, there you go.
You do get unlimited.
Okay, he back.
Hold on. Live say device not connected.
Give it a minute. Give it a second. That's all right. He dropping some gems tonight. We're gonna get him back.
Hey man, very talented dude, man. Very diverse artist. Y'all check him out, man. We're gonna have all his info on rebelliousjewel.com. Just scroll down to his interview, everything that he speak on, things that he got coming up. We'll have logged in there. Just check it out.
It's snacks.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and
I guess that's good.
play some off YouTube then.
Oh no.
Some food just doesn't work at work, but Easy Cater just does.
I am Soul Power. 1974 Zaire. Rumble in the jungle.
Joint we was talking about. It's one of my favorite pieces.
My color makes men fear what they do not know. Plus, I chant I am black and I am proud in shows. Enchanted with blackness from the bottom of this earth to the top of this axis. That's 30 seconds of popping off with 30 dudes all draped in blue with a zoo sweaters on. Token in our essence. For our protection, we keep them second guessing. Because they pulled out the Smith & Wessons and hung on the sentence adolescents with no hesitation. Those gorillas transforming an educated ape to bust out of your mistake, only to create a new era of blue rag holders and West Coast bangers. Red rag toters and West Coast bombers that'll pop you at a drop of a dime. That's when I realized I was soul power. And we devoured these snakes that raped and consumed our mother's wombs and just for kicks, made each other hate each other's dark and light skin colors, even though we are blood brothers, coming from the same mothers, walked the same soil, wore the same cloth, embraced the same yellow sun, hugged them same sons. Now we spit them guns back at you. The king in me cannot rest, for I've seen bullets rain down like hailstorms. It's July 4th every day on this turf, but these firecrackers scream another form of independence. The king in me is enraged. The cage lion is ready to break free. So how can they say that crime does not pay for every country carries AKs? And if this is the last of days, I'm gonna activate my soul power. I'm gonna grab my pen, put on my headphones, open a notebook full of blank hieroglyphics, close my eyes and dig deep into my DNA, meditating on the words of those before, collecting all the heavily sick back dialect that makes my bald head poof and turn into an afro. My jeans become bell bottoms, my t-shirts now are dashiki, and my speech is black unity and equality. Sitting in a round table with Huey Newton, Geronimo Pat, Marcus Garvey, Nat Turner, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Muhammad Ali, Bar Marley, Nelson Mandela, Rosa Parks, and my man Pac. Hey, I am soul power. I am soul power. I am soul power 1970s, baby. My roots cannot be uprooted. It goes without saying, tuning in for us to die for me to forget. So I won't let it die. I will consistently water our family tree, keeping our history fresh as a pair of new kicks. Without those who paved the way, will we be here today? Some taught us to use force. Others say, educate yourself and you have a voice. I say, let us do both. Let us not forget. Let's pump this fist high like it's 1969. Instead of letting off shots at each other, let's go block parties and fish fries, backyard boogies, laughing and giggling while fine sisters dance and gyrate. Old school slapping dominoes and spades and the mothers that see the shade of the family tree. Because we're still alive. We're not all locked up, strung out, and singing freedom rhymes. Eternal reflection is at your grasp. This isn't power to the people for which I stand. This is the power that is in me. This is how I stand. So if you like, here we go again. Another brother talk about the past for I'm doing good and I'm successful. I want to reach you, you proudful, selfish, arrogant fool. You. This is not activism. This is reactivation. Blood war without the sickle cell transformation. Education determines your faith. So tell me, can y'all feel your soul power? I say, can you feel your soul's power? Well, if so, scream yes. Stand up and confess. Jump up out your seat. Scream, I am black and I am proud. Throw your voices to the heavens. Shoot it past the clouds. Let it all hang out. For our Redeemer is close at hand. And when he comes, 2 fists I will command, shooting it proudly with a passionate allure, screaming, I am soul power. I am soul power. You are all soul power. 1974 Zaire. Black Bomb.
Okay.
Come on.
Thanks.
That's my shit right there. That's my shit.
Hey, preach.
So are you like freestyling that, or did you memorize?
Oh yeah, I memorized everything.
Okay. How long? So what's your process?
As far as it goes with memorization.
Like from beginning, like when you get from the inspiration down to the execution, like what's your
okay, so I'm not one of them people that like write every day just to write every day. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I stopped doing that, you know. So inspiration, it's easy to be inspired as Black people because we always in the news for something, whether it's positive or negative. Yeah. So, you know, when you're constantly writing on us and then, you know, us is me, that's where it really comes from. I never wrote to say I want to do a performance, right? It was really just to get it off the mental. But because we have the hip hop background, my whole thing was, if I can remember a song, word for word, I damn sure better remember my own. Right. So that helped when it came with the scripts too, because sometimes you get a script, you're like, damn, I remember all these scenes. You know. So what I do is I put on hip hop instrumentals, and I just zone out, man, dim the lights a little bit, roll one up, you know, and just get focused and say, you know, if they believe in me, why don't you believe in yourself?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's that motivation really. And then again, when you're writing something that's coming from your truth, it's easy to memorize because you talk like this. We talk like this. We talk Ebonics. We talk in a poet language, just as black folks. You know, in code, we've been doing that since slavery days.
The flavor.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, so when people vibe with it and see me, I'm that same cat that's on that stage or behind that, in front of that camera that I am. And Nate will tell you this, that I am when I get off that stage.
Right.
So it's not really like almost like a character. The only time you see the character is when I'm doing plays or if I'm doing the film. Genesis was easy, you know, in Pipe Dreams. Definition of Manhood was hard.
Right.
Unspoken Words, you know, we did with school. It was easy because the storyline was something that I've actually went through. A lot of us went through. It was all in there, our circle, right? Like, dang, he just put a little twig on it. But fair play was hard because I don't know how to play. It's hard to play a square.
Right.
You know, and no diss to my brothers as L7, but
we don't get that liberty. You know
check it out. Right. So wifey, like, I'm like, baby, I want to wear glasses. And she like, you ain't about to wear, so I wouldn't put some glasses on, you know, like some reading glasses. She like, no. But I'm like, it had to be different to show the difference from me. So if I put this on and I talk like this and little set and, you know, on some sip, you know what I mean? All the homies like, that ain't you. You did a good job.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? So that's the point. You know how I want to pull. Just don't be afraid to take it there. You know what I mean? And,
so where can we find these movies at?
Okay, so Fair Play, that'll be out. We'll send a link again. I've seen the link to that. That'll be streaming on all platforms May 24th.
Okay.
Pipe Dreams, they just pulled off YouTube. I don't know. You still might be able to get on there and see it. I'm not know for sure, but we just need to deal with a big publishing company, production company. So you know what I mean. That's why Pipe. So Pipe Dreams will be, from my understanding, September 15th, which is my birthday. That'll be on everything. When I say everything, I'm talking about
hell of a present.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? If you got a smart TV, it's gonna be on all those Peacock, Tubi, Veno, Sony, Apple, you know what I mean? Perfect Wife 2. You can go on the brother Six Figure Films on Facebook. Six Figure Films, the Milton brothers, man. He been doing this. It's a honor to work with Jonathan Milton. He been doing this for a minute, man. You can find that on his different websites. Unspoken Word, we know that'll be coming soon.
Right.
What else? Definition of Manhood, you can find that on YouTube. Help 2, I think you can find that on YouTube, but I think Kenny pulled that for some other, for politics or whatever. I don't know what's going on with that, but I think it's on. To be honest with y'all, I haven't watched none of these films. Like, I think the premiere.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's weird watching yourself. I don't know. You know, it's weird.
Yeah, I definitely.
It's weird for me to sit up there and just, oh man, like even my wife, you know, she done what was it? Love Is. She's in Pipe Dream. She's the lead in Pipe Dream.
Okay.
Right? And then we did Fair Play. She did that too. And we had the DVDs, and we just like, you want to watch it?
I'm gonna have to hit
Rick and Morty.
I'm gonna have to hit the spot up like Blockbuster.
But I just thank God, man, that whatever's a time in my life, and I encourage everybody, man, just don't give up, because I've been homeless, man. I've lost homies, I lost family. I know what it is, what it feels like. Why am I here? what is my purpose? I know that, but man, I'm telling you, man, just stay forward, man. Just keep your circle positive, because negativity will pull you down. You could be that positive flower, man, and them negative jacks will turn you into a weed. So sometimes you got to move your circle around, and if they don't understand it, that's on them.
Yeah,
that's on them. We'd never be here right now if we still was on the same BS we was in our
trust and believe, bro. Trust and believe.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Now a lot of them same cats, and this is just how I go. I'm being honest. And sister, you know this too. Now people like, oh, you think you better? I don't think I'm better. I'm trying to do better.
Yeah. We was on some woke shit before woke was trending. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
We actually had those wake up calls, man. It wasn't no goddamn like on Facebook or you know what I'm saying, something to be like. You know what I'm saying?
Because I tell my daughters this all the time. My daughters is 16 and 15, right? You know, and you know how I already feel like it's already click. They already know.
Yeah. I'm already dealing.
You know, right? And they dealing with the unfortunate of the good and the bad of social media.
Right.
We know what it was before social media, so we can put that thing down. We use it for our tools of business.
Right.
But when you watch it too, when you see cats our age and sisters our age, and they on there beefing, and it's trending because controversy is the thing.
Controversy is sex.
Right. That's it. That's what's said. So it's been doing it, but now you have a bigger platform that now the young ones, it's like, I have to do it like this.
Right.
So you see Right. So you see a higher degree of depression, higher degree of anxiety, because if I don't fit in, if I don't get these many likes, if I don't get this many views, no one loves me. There's 5,000 friends that I have on Facebook, and I'm trying to cut it down to like 100. Every day I'm unfriended every day. You know what I mean? Because if you can look to the point, like, them ain't your friends. This is just Facebook, call it friends. It's called Facebook.
Right.
You know what I mean? The people that's close to you, them is your friends. Them is your supporters. You know what I mean? You're going to have strangers support you sometimes more than family do.
And then you got to think about the algorithm too. You know what I'm saying? Unless you paying, a lot of people that you thinking ain't, hey, why you ain't share my shit or this, that, and the third, they ain't even saying the shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think you told me not too long ago, hey man, they make sure you tag me and shit, so I know you got shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about, man, this is a well-oiled machine, man, and it really pulls at your heartstrings and your mentality to where if you looking for them likes and that's what you wake up for, man, you out of there.
You're gonna be sick. You're gonna be sick. I'm gonna tell you, like, I watched this dude. He was having a story about TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And he said TikTok is different from here as it is in China. He said TikTok, they want you to do the 15 because everything is seconds now, right? Put 15 seconds on there and clown and do the challenges. And the more and more we can get people in tune to doing that, we can get you away from being engineered.
Right. The more we lessen that attention span, the more controllable we are. I think they said as Americans, we damn near conditioned to only have like 7-second span of focus. You know what I'm saying? Our attention span is, so we clicking through 15-second videos.
Yeah, real talk. And I'm like, how can I say? The moment I catch myself, like, see, what I do is I'm a post. What I got to post in the morning, post at night, and I jump off. Right. You know what I mean? If somebody tag me, because I have my post, my page, you got to get on there too, and everybody Soul Poetry from Soul Wallace, Liz Kanai. Like, if you doing something in the community, whether it's poetry, music, podcast, whatever it is, you got a company or something, I throw it on there.
Right.
I throw it on there. So because we get a lot of, if you want me to promote your stuff, you got to pay me, or we got to do ads. Everybody trying to get on at some point and if they doing something positive too, man, share their shit. But if you doing it and you're not sharing other people's stuff, and you're not, engaging, then you're using. There's opportunities. So my whole thing is, the sister told me, man. All right, I'm slow. Who's that? MBuff. You know what I mean? For a panel discussion in the community. How can we help change this and do this better in the Black community and with Black folks and whatnot? And I remember it was me, Yakanan, the leader of the New Black Panthers, my brother Malik Muhammad, or MBuff, and Derek Muhammad, and my brother Carlos Wallace, and me and myself. And there's this whole crowd of people asking questions. Everybody was, man, I think this is right after the mic down, and it's so many in the name. You know, we getting kicked out in these streets. So, you know, we always putting together organization, you know, like marches and protests. I just myself said I ain't doing it no. I'm not protesting. I'm past that. When y'all ready to, you know, get at it, you know, right?
Militant. Yeah, it's militant.
Right.
Yeah.
But the sister in there, she stood up and said one of the realest things I'll never forget, man. She said, y'all always talk about support the Black community and get mad when we move out the Black community, but why should I raise my son in here where he can get killed at any time? But I support the Black community by coming back and spending my dollars back in the Black community. So because there was some people in there like, oh, you know, you moving out and this and this and this. Well, she don't want to grow up. She don't want her son growing around gangs.
When I got my money, I was gone.
I left the mix, you know what I'm saying? So the biggest thing is like when I say, you know, support the Black community, I mean support the podcasters, support the Black directors, support the writers, support that Black business, support that kitchen, that gas station. Like I go out my way to find like people who's doing clothes and stuff or making jewelry. I go out my way because we shouldn't feel bad for trying to support our own.
Right.
You know what I mean? You shouldn't feel bad about it. So I wasn't mad at the system. Like, you know what I mean? I'd rather leave to make sure I raise my son in a healthy environment. So when we get this environment healthy again, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Right. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about the Black on Black crime that's been going on because I know I was a youngster.
Yeah. And
you know, we got to stay tuned on ourselves. We got to heal ourselves and not wait for everybody to do it.
Yeah, and one cat that got some backlash for that statement he made was Steve Harvey. He was like, the best thing I can do for poor people is to not be one of them. I have
that nigga though.
Yeah, I got mixed emotions. Trust me, go ahead, trust me.
Hey, you know, I ain't got no filter, and this is what it is. I'm gonna tell you, Steve Harvey. we are so bad with making celebrities leaders.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he did Think Like a Woman, Act Like a Man, whatever. I think he's on like his third marriage or some shit like that. Now I think he on a TV show playing a judge now. Cause like, come on, my dude. You were a comedian.
Right.
You made us laugh. That's how you was killing us. But nobody was gonna go to you and say, hey man, what's your thought on how to help and project the Black? You're still doing it for your benefit. When he said, I'm not gonna do nothing that's gonna hurt my bag, knowing your bag is coming from them.
Right.
So I'm not gonna say certain things. When Monique came out, was like, man, hey, I need y'all to ban Netflix because they treat me like this, and this sister been in the game for a minute that I had TV shows. You seen it. If she spoke her truth, you would have thought that'd have been more of her associate and comrades and her peers be like, yeah, man, she right. Now, be like, man, why you do that? You messed up your bag from these white folks.
Right. So a disclaimer, because I definitely felt what she was saying when she was like, before it was the money game, it was the integrity game. So a disclaimer, I might pull a little bit of what he said, and it expires or provokes a thought out of my head. But trust and believe, just like the fall of Bill Cosby, man, we can't just make these people leaders. You know what I'm saying? Just because of their status. Now, if they got something to say that resonates with your soul or resonates with your mind that you can use to provoke thought, that's one thing. But shit, as a podium bearing activist, hell no.
And that's the thing I'm getting at. Character and integrity was the things I was taught in my house, right?
Right.
Like, no matter if it meant like, if I gotta miss $1 million because I decide I don't want to take this role because I know that the director is a racist. What's this, hypothetically speaking, right?
Right.
And you know he don't like you. Let's go back with Tommy Hilfiger, right? It was all rocking Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah. Even when we found out, he was like, I didn't make this for y'all.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna rock it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, some H-Town jumped off fast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we jumped off fast. Fuck Hilfiger.
Yeah. I'm telling you, H-Town have so much grassroots that when it comes to it, when they say, that's why I try to tell people, when you say Black dollars or Black economy, H-Town is really the epitome of that. You see it. Not just H-Town, from Galveston all the way through, you see Black businesses. So we're not saying, not to get so much on some, to support this, but to each his own. But if you're saying you want to see some difference, we were the blueprint.
Yeah.
Not just what happened.
Industrial blueprint. Back before there was tractors You know what I'm saying? Back before there was heavy machinery, we were the batteries for this machine. So not only were we the batteries, but while motherfuckers was sitting on the porch sipping tea, we was running their companies and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, man, it's so deep rooted down here, man, that we damn near businessmen by birth. But we have a mentality that the table ain't for us, and that's the one we got to break.
And the part of it that we got to understand that everybody can't sit at the table.
Yeah.
Watch what I mean by this. When I say love on yourself, I'm not talking about loving on that man that's poisoning the community. I'm not talking about loving on that brother that's out here raping our sisters. I'm not talking about them brothers that's out there killing them. I'm not talking about them.
Right.
They don't care about us. All we supposed to do is link up and try to avoid and make sure our next generation don't have to worry about that. Because we fighting them too. Right. I know when I was running them.
Yeah.
So that's why when I talk, they listen because they know I'm not coming here somebody that ain't been through nothing they ain't experienced or haven't experienced deeper than what they.
Right.
You feel me? So yeah, man, it's okay. Nate, look at it like a jar of dark glitter, right? Now you open that jar of dark glitter up and throw that glitter up in the air, right? It's going everywhere. It's going to bling, it's going to flow everywhere. It's going to fall everywhere.
Right.
And you cleaning it up. That's us, Black community, right? We're trying to clean up this and, in poverty, in injustice, equality. And while we're cleaning that up, there's going to be another one scattered. Yeah. And then you got to clean it up. So we're constantly.
Yeah, some of it's going to be stuck to the flow.
Some of it's going to be stuck to the flow. So you got to remember, that's why I say, man, in the Black community, we heal like doctors and nurses. You're always going to need them.
Right.
Don't wait. Hey, did y'all see that real quick? Did y'all see on the news how they passed the Emmett Till bill? Right, Emmett Till bill is, if anybody, it's the lynching bill, right? I'm mad. They passed the bill saying that outlawing lynching.
Right.
I'm looking at the news like, first of all, the brother didn't get lynched like that, right? He was
right. When they passed this bill?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Wait. When this boy died?
Do you see where I'm getting at? You see where I'm getting at?
Oh yeah. In Texas, they can still hang you for stealing a horse.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I see this right.
Yeah.
So you haven't passed the John Lewis bill or the police, reforming bill. You know what I mean? The stop the opioid bill is for them. You know what I mean? They all on pills.
Yeah, now it's a disease. You know what I'm saying?
Now it's a disease.
It was criminal when our fathers and aunties and uncles was on crack. It was criminal.
My mom was called a monster.
Right.
Yeah. You was a monster. But when they kids got on them, it's a disease.
We need help.
We need help. And that's the thing, look at the narrative. It's okay to read. Dick Gregory said it best, bro. He said, we have the best technology in our hand. You ain't got to even walk to a library no more to find information. You can say, Zuri, such and such, and Zuri gonna speak back, or Zuri, whatever it is, gonna speak back, right?
Yeah.
But we can quickly get on and say what's going on World Star, or what's the latest drama, or who done got who.
TikTok challenge.
Yeah, the TikTok challenge, walking on crates and shit.
Yeah. Come on, man. Kill yourself.
Come on, my guy. You know what I mean? So I don't get, it's hard. I don't get mad at the youth. I can't get mad at the youth.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't get mad at them. They got to see, because they only imitating what they see.
Right.
It's the cats and sisters that's our age, know the one I'm talking about. Like back in high school, you was the one that had to be the latest stream in the Jordan.
Never left high school.
Never left. Yeah. I gotta still look this and portray this image. And what you think your sons and your brother and your daughters going to do.
Right.
So when the sister told me, she said, yo, I want to see more action from you walking what you talk. I said, man, you're damn right. So I changed up my whole social media. This is years back. I'm going to promote, show pictures of Black love, inventors, the first Black this, my daughters and their academics and their sports, my brother's doing good, sharing this. I'm going to show what I feel like we need to see.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not for the views or the likes. It's an archive. Social media is archived now. So you know how it comes in your memories, and your memories go back from like 2012, whatever you got on, and you see, oh, I was on like that. So now people see the consistency. This is why when brothers and sisters call me like, yo, we see you consistent with it. It's not a game for me. It's just, this is who I am.
Yeah. And piggyback off of that, that's the very answer. That's why I switched my focus from music. That is because, like I said before, not only the music, but just our word is the most powerful tool that we have. You know what I'm saying? It's our Fox News. It's our CNN. You know what I'm saying? And if we broadcasting bullshit, then that's what's going to be hot on the streets. A bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Just like we have these rappers that have college educations, but they talk like they threw away they Hooked on Phonics book.
Bruh, how can you made it out, right? You made your story, you made your millions, you brought a mansion on the hill, you got 15 bedrooms and maids and cooks and all type of cars and all the type of toys you can have. Yet you drive down, go in that studio, and still push the rhetoric. Why?
Yeah, go talking about pulling up with the sticks and
because you know that's what makes your bread. The moment you stop doing that, them white folks don't stop giving you the bread. Right? Cube said it best. He said, man, you got to know how to be a chameleon in the art. You know what I mean? You got to know how to tell and reach them and then tell them, all right, now that I got you here, here.
Let me take you there.
Let me take
how to
you,
move in
you
a
know
room full of vultures. Because you definitely have to sell the top a dream. And I wouldn't say sell them a dream, but you definitely have to encode your message to a certain extent.
You remember when Pac said, you know he a poet too, because you know I got the Concrete Jungle, very powerful book. But I remember when I heard him back in the day say the reason why he put out I Get Around first, because I knew the girls would listen to it. Now if the girls want to buy it, the dudes will buy it because the girls want it. Yeah. So then after you heard that one album, you saw Pac dropping knowledge. Story. That's why he's my favorite MC to this day and my favorite poet one of my favorite poets to this day, because he got you. So when he did Dear Mama, I'm understanding that. When you hear Death Around the Corner, we understanding that. So he was like, man, you know, you got to do this, but you got to do this. He was bringing it to you, letting you know the stories I'm telling you. There's a million brothers and sisters that have to go through.
That's
why he's a light out. Keep your head up.
That's why he got that label of bipolar or whatever you want to say, because at the end of the day, he knew the dream he had to sell to get out there. You know what I'm saying? He had to grab the streets in a sense of what the machine wants. But then he steady dropping them jewels, and then they don't really understand our language to know the difference. But we know
why did they wait till over 20 years to start trying to shit on his name by making documentary? All these brothers started to come out. Watch this. Or Michael Jackson. Or Prince. You remember
people that knew are gone.
So when they was here, they was making the music, but it was behind the scenes doing joint. LL said it best. He's like, man, if y'all knew how much I do in the black communities or behind the scenes, because that's how it is. I ain't got to tell you what I'm doing. I'm doing behind the scenes. But when Prince was gone, all we heard was the opioids, and he was doing this and doing that. But literally, Prince was trying to get his masters back and was doing something on some grand scale. And I'm not saying what they're doing was wrong.
Just like Mike, man. The minute you try to take that shit for yourself, which should have been yours from the beginning, all of a sudden you don't wake up one day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm telling you.
It's a difference between the super gone conspiracy theories that have jumped in a rabbit hole and ain't coming back. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everything. You know what I mean? You can't talk about nothing. It's like, man, But it's a difference when you see it in your face. It's visually streaming in your face. You see it. You're seeing it on a daily basis.
When they got the courage to say shit like this dude is the devil. You know what I'm saying? They changing our history. I mean, we just like you brought up the critical race theory. You know what I'm saying? They trying to change the history. So those who lived through it have now either passed on or now been neutralized. Now you can come up with a snowfall where supposedly the nigga knew it was CIA the whole time.
Yeah, you see how you changed the narrative? Because the power that Bees knows, there's nothing more powerful, back again, than the pen and the word. And if you control that, you control the globe, bro. What they didn't figure out is y'all been trying to kill us since y'all been trying to kill us. Yeah. And now people are starting to make news and starting to read more and starting to understand, oh, okay. Yeah. Y'all didn't think that we was going to use social media platform for the benefit.
What's done in the dark is going to come to the light. And on top of that, you're going to kill yourself or you kill us. I'm not trying to compare us to roaches.
Yeah.
You put a roach in the goddamn microwave, that radioactivity he gonna thrive. But you can't survive that. See,
I mean, the roach been surviving.
You push that button if you want to, but you can't even survive the sun rays, let alone a nuclear fallout.
See, now we're talking on some big facts, just like what we see in the beginning of World War III right now. We're seeing this. We're watching, right?
Right.
It was back in when people started getting television in their homes, about around the 30s, 40s, 50s, around that time. People started getting television in their homes. Before that, you start finding people was trying to do two things: educate, real estate, buy land. Mm-hmm. If you look at this, you look at our people from back in the day, our grandmas and them, and they people, we have land. A lot of us have land in the South, don't even know it, right? Yeah, we started business because we couldn't go in their businesses. So we started business. Started our movie theater, started our tax. We doing all this. A lot of people don't know, like some of the first lands that was brought in Cali was black folks. Mm-hmm. About 18th century, 19th century.
Yeah. Lewis,
you feel what I'm saying?
You Lewis and Clark goddamn story if you want to, but some people will stay at the door.
Man. So now the thing that they said, and it was I gotta remember the name of this book. I'll give it to you later. But it was a white dude who wrote this book in the 60s that said it was about pretty much controlling the narrative. And he was like, what we did, once we saw the power of TV and the power of commercials, we said that we could start distracting them by making them more consumers.
Right.
So you throw the 30-second commercial on there, the 60-second commercial on there. Make wifey want that new dishwasher. Make the hubby want this new car. Woo, woo, woo. And they do it so much. It's so proven right now. We see it to this day. You remember before YouTube had ads?
Bro, check out on YouTube. Check out the secret to selling to the Negro. It came out.
No, man,
Okay.
I got one better for you, man. Go on Amazon Prime, and they got one that's called "Selling the Messiah," Jack.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? You gotta read this, man. We're just talk about where we can talk as far as another that's a kind of a crutch for us too, is understanding our religion. And what was told, what was our religion?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you get
that revised, recut, and recirculated.
Yeah. Now you got a pill fake perm, Jesse fully clean.
I'm out. Yeah, Miley Cyrus daddy is now Yeshua.
You know what I mean? So we can have these conversations, right? but the majority of the populace tell you, and sometimes you'll see it in comments, and sometimes sisters and brothers even tell me, man, I ain't worried about none of that. I'm trying to get this bag. Yeah. But if you don't know your history, it will repeat itself.
And I got another disclaimer: make sure you don't put down your religion when it comes to the Holy Bible, because
when it comes to the
word is gonna come through. His word gonna come through no matter.
You don't put that down because we are the word.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna tell you about. See, when I first was reading and I started, I was like, man, all I kept seeing was the images of Passion of Christ and Moses and Stone. All the movies, right? But I'm reading and I'm like, but geographically, this don't count. So again, wisdom in the sermon is all I ask for, right? So
come on,
right now. You remember that Bible I told you about my dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got that Bible to this day. That Bible done been through a fire and everything. That same Bible I got to this day. And that was in 2001, right?
The one with the maps in the back.
Saw toe up. Always keep me by my side with the pistol. But listen, so I said, Lord, I want to find us. So I picked up the Holman Dictionary. And the more and more I started reading, I'm like, wait, Moses' third wife was Kenyan, the Canaanites, and this geography, and this and this. I started saying, you know what? Take out the imagery of what they put, because they over there tearing our imageries off right now. The afros and the Black Madonna. I say this in a poem, the Black Madonna, the Pope prayed to the Black Madonna every day, right? This is true. This is fact. So when you took that, because when I debate with us, I said, why do you think it's important for them to see the imagery, just like it's not important for us to see our imagery. We want to see our imagery too that goes back past us being planked on slave ships.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you see Thurgood Marshall, or you see Mary C. Walker, or you see, you know what I mean, the inventors from back in the day, and they look like you, to a child, imagery is everything. In social studies, when you see George Washington standing on that boat like that little white boy like, yeah, my people are cool.
So
that little black boy like,
you see imagery before you know what words mean.
So image, that's why I try to promote like imagery and visual is everything. And right now we're in this golden era where you see a lot of brothers and sisters in the arts, in the film, in the writing, and it is blossoming. So it's making a way for us. So it's not like we're not paving ways.
Right,
the only thing that I want to see is say, show us that we have show the true nature and the beautifulness of us too, while you're trying to show the negative energy that you try to portray across the globe. They believe this. You saw what's happening in Ukraine right now. That's what I want to get to. Because I remember I was like, you know, the humanitarian you, the peaceful in you, like, damn, that's cold what they going through.
Yeah.
But instinctively, I thought like, well, I know it's brothers over there and sisters over there that's working and going to school.
Right.
And then they showed it on the news. I stay on the news.
You gotta be careful with that too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because just like when the COVID broke out, they are trying to incite us in a way too. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see how all of a sudden that when they started talking about Russia hitting that border, that we start seeing that the numbers of COVID was going down?
Man, listen, you see how you ain't gotta wear no mask no more. I said, listen.
Just last week I had to wear a mask. Now everything is cold.
Yeah. Everything,
no
everything
COVID.
back to normal.
Speak on it.
Like as usual.
Yeah.
Right. We had us every day. You had the masked and the unmasked fighting each other every day.
So you got to look at campaign time and voting time, and you got to look at war times. So when they give us that information, you got to also look behind those pages and see what else is going on to where this is now benefiting that.
It goes back to history, bro. Go back and watch the documentary World War II in color. Oh God, you're gonna see the same blueprint that's happening right now. In every presidency, you see the same blueprint. If you start seeing that president's numbers decline of approval, we fighting somebody.
Right.
We gonna unite somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Just like all it took was a conversation last presidency we had. All it took was a conversation. Now all of a sudden we uncontrollable over there.
Y'all do understand the same president in Ukraine that's in war right now with Russia was the same president in Ukraine that snitched on Trump, saying Trump called him to try to find out some bullshit.
It ain't no 4-year gap over there. These motherfuckers been in power for like 20 years.
No, he said he's president for forever. He's president for life. And I'll smoke you if you have any problems with it. So as we discuss these different narratives, these are certain topics that I enjoy that we have to discuss in our community and just in the nation. You know what I mean? Like, yo, why can't you see that they want to fixate you on this versus what you want to do? You want to invest now, right? Land, they say, oh, land is scarce. You know, land. Man, when I drive up and down I-10, if I'm going to Cali, I see a whole lot of land.
Yeah, I'm from Texas. You can't sell me on no overpopulation.
You know what
I'm saying? I drive I-10 from coast to coast. You can't You can't sell me on no motherfucking overpopulation.
Man, that's why I say, like, you know, we got to get back to the point where you get the knowledge and you obtain it to see, because that's why the guy say that, man, seek and you shall find.
Right.
You know what I mean? He wasn't just like seek me, but seek the truth. And you know what I mean? When you start seeking the truth, regardless how man rewrote and added this and did this, we know that. But you only gonna know that if you read upon it or go do your research.
Yeah.
We'll do research on the latest sneakers, on whatever this is, whatever. Because we'll do research.
We know everybody's stats, attributes. We know how many times motherfucker can dribble a ball a second.
Man, you mean Kanye still with Kim? Kanye, Pete and Kim together. But when it comes to like some legit politics, what happened in your own circle, you like, man, I can't believe they didn't come fix this road. You didn't go vote.
What, Oklahoma? Black Wall Street.
You didn't know. You know we got. You don't think it. You don't think your voice matters, but it do. It matters.
Knowledge matters because at the end of the day, man, it don't take nothing to mix some asphalt. You're gonna bust 4 tires in front of your house and cry about a pothole when when you can go buy a bag of asphalt, man. You got to make the changes, bro. You got
to do it, man. And we can't wait on a system that literally tells you every day, I don't care about you.
No, not don't care. It is designed in its very essence. This is who I'm Xing out this plan.
So the reason I'm like, I'm not worried about this police reform, right? Because until you change the Constitution,
the motherfucker wearing the badge. You can't reform a motherfucker to not be a racist.
You do know that they consider us 3/5 of a man, right?
Right. The one drop, one drop.
You do, right? You do understand? So until the powers that be in this nation change the narrative for all people, which we are the people. You know what I mean? We was here, and I don't want to go so deep in it. Once you change the narrative, okay, I'll put it like this. Take care of your family. Take care of your kids. Teach your kids. I'm talking about just individual.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
All night. I mean, when it comes to slave ships, to who was here already, the Olmecs,
we can go all in that. We can go all in that.
Yeah,
we go all in that. But as far as when we go back to Yolan being the author, actor, a writer, and everything, it was all because, you know what? Why not? Because I thought I was supposed to be in prison because, that's what they told me. And I thought I was going to be dead by this time because of the powers of being what I was doing. But when you change your mindset, what you got to do is take care of your own first. And then once the people see that, oh, you really about that, then it connects. So it's not like it's not connecting. You ain't got to be on the podium on some black power, black power, black power, but be on like, this is what the attributes, what you can do. You can be whatever you want to be.
Show and prove. Yeah, show and prove.
Regardless of how people views of what Obama did in office or not, for that little black girl, that little black boy, hell, even me, and I was, 30? I was like, I never thought we could. Oh, he from this side. Man, that dude is a brother, man. What you talking? You don't see his black, white.
Oh, yeah, man. Come on.
Nah, man. That image for them little boys I was in kindergarten, little girls I was in kindergarten, middle school, that's in the college right now, that's what makes them go to college. People don't know that. Right. A lot of us is like, I can do this because I saw that image. Come on, man.
At the end of the day, when I was in second, first grade, when they was telling me I could be the president, nigga, bullshit.
I laughed.
Bullshit.
I laughed. I remember when NWA went to the White House, and I was like, "Oh, that's how I got to get up in there because my Jerry Curl, it was on."
Not just NWA, shit. Newton. That's how we had to get in there.
Yeah, how we get in there. You know what I mean? So the thought process that shout out to Mr. Shaheed, my mentor back in the day, elementary school, Fulton, and all that. I remember when I first walked into his room, and there was a couple other brothers, the bad kids in the school, whatever, but we were smart. It was just, he had an idea. And his concept was, I'm going to show you these imageries to show you who you are, not what they're telling you to be. And so you can survive out here on these inner streets.
Right.
Sometimes we listen, sometimes they catch on later, but you'll never forget that there is somebody out there who's not even your blood that cares.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I was gonna die by somebody saying, whatever rep or whatever gang they was doing, whatever, I don't have no fear. I can't go out here and say, man, I'm gonna fight for us.
Right.
Do it your way. You ain't gotta stand, like the Hebrew Israelites with the microphone in the corner. We the real.
Yeah. Yeah, with a curtain on.
Or whatever your religion thing, because I don't care if you Hebrew, Muslim, Islam, Judaic, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just right here, man. We gotta fight for it to stay alive.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's okay to talk about it.
Right. Yeah. And anything that's divisive or dividing, we need to put a extra eye on that, man. Because at the end of the day, man, we done been divided into categories enough ourselves.
Because I don't care what you. I'm not gonna hate on you. Because you gotta tell me, man. Oh, he called himself what he think he Wesley Snipes now.
Yeah. He got something to say, so
he got.
we got to put a microscope on his lifestyle to see.
Right. If you know, man, I've been like this ever since a youth, man. You know what I mean? Even when we was out there click clan, man, I was always like, it's gotta be better than this, man. Our elders, man, I did the the first annual Black Literature Matters a couple weeks back, man. Shout out to Be Impactful, Deron and them young brothers and sisters out there making a way for Black authors too, right? And I remember that joint you saw that you could have, well, I did So Powerful. And it was 3 generations, Nate, you know what I mean? Mama coming to my book, the mama 95, her daughter, and her daughter's daughter. 95 touched my wrist, Jack. To say, keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's what I do. That's the why.
Right.
Because we gonna be losing Medea. We losing Medeans in there.
Yeah, man. You just lost mine, man. Just lost mine.
Right, you know what I mean? R.I.P.
Yeah.
So we know, and I remember the video you put up, and we know all that, right? We know how powerful the matriarch is in society.
Yeah.
So if now the new matriarch is like, oh, I'm on that wet ass.
Yeah. What'd you say? What Big Mama is now? 34.
You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie now. I got some homegirls as grandmas that was, you know what I mean, was a blue chick back in the day. You know what I mean? You know, on some Freakniks. Yeah. Yeah.
Up, man.
So it doesn't reflect the matter with your past, is what you doing with your foundation now, and what you tell them with your descendants that's going on, and that's how you got to do it. And I want my legacy to know, like, Pops, he was out there, but where did Pops? What was he doing before he left this earth?
Right.
Hey.
And that's the type of stuff we got to focus on, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what the legacies they trying to tear down. I hate to keep on bringing him up, but he's a good example, like Bill Cosby, you know what I'm saying? We talk about, hey, man, I really don't know his sexual habits like that, but I know he paid for the speaker system for Martin Luther King to deliver I Have a Dream speech, you know what I'm saying? I know he made it his point to make sure when he did these cartoons, he made sure the black kids was drawn in proportions. And,
come on, yeah, man, forget about that out. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, those are the type, I mean, we all know, I mean, people like Martin Luther King has, some questionable sexual habits and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the mark that they left is what we have to focus on, because just like ain't nobody finna talk about, just like you say, George Washington on that boat, but ain't nobody gonna talk about the other boat he was on, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna talk about the opioid crisis that we had in 1770.
They had to be on something to be wearing wigs and makeup.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Hey.
I'll make this the Constitution now. I mean, but it's because, bro, and you see this, and it's almost like, how can we not see the repetitiveness of it? You saw with Huey Newton, and then for him to go out the way he go out, hooked on heroin, whatever, right? What I'm getting at is they don't never say whatever our leaders, or we feel our leaders are doing when we're doing it. It's the moment when we start projecting, they start saying, oh, more black folks is listening. I got to destroy your character. Now you're talking about the same government of people that are savages by nature.
Nature. And you go to every corner of this globe where their footprint is, and I'm not even trying to be, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to get on it, but we're saying after, I remember a lot of people, I blocked so many people. It was when Bill first got indicted, whatever. And I was like, y'all know he didn't get charged. Now, I don't know if he did it or if he didn't. All I'm saying is this man has been in entertainment for 60 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you have people running around like Charlie Sheen and Epstein and Weinstein and Trump, who y'all made the president.
It's cool. It's cool till you overstep. It's
till
cool.
you overstep. Until you say, man, I'm about to change this and make rap. Man, it's so sad because you know it's coming. That's why when I tell people, I say, man, I don't want to be a celebrity.
You're right. I don't want to be famous. I'd rather be
famous.
Because you think Aaliyah mama didn't know? You think you know what I'm saying?
See, now you go, now you there.
Hey, you there? The number, match Mickey Mouse outfits. You think
I remember that I was in the 7th grade, and they talking about she married all nigga. I hated that nigga since then.
Yeah,
how you gonna marry Aaliyah? She's 15. She my age, homie.
Yeah, that's
you know. I remember I was hurt. Nigga.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I was listening to Bumper Ground. We was all in, but she a kid.
But ain't nobody gonna bring up Elvis or Great Balls of Fire, Jerry Lee.
That's what we just thought. I was just about to say that. Or what's be 100 to it? How many? I was going in because I was like, man, it's a lot of y'all going in on R. Kelly, which he ain't shit. That's real shit. But y'all going in. But why ain't you going in on that nigga that's in your community that you know doing the same shit?
Yeah.
Why ain't having that same energy for your uncle?
That stay at the goddamn girls' basketball game and ain't got a kid on the court.
Ain't got a kid on the court.
And ain't nobody say nothing about the dope.
Ain't nobody saying nothing about that.
They go pick up the good girls from the high school.
From the high school. Y'all didn't hear that pull up.
Case we gonna say that they should all be sex offenders.
Man, I remember, I'm just speaking a little bit. I don't really like telling too much, but I remember a cat got stumped out when I was in high school, right? He was about 21, 22. Came to the high school dance, right? And the chick he was with was one of our partners, about 14, 15 years old. So we knew then, like, man, you out of line. You out of line. So he started, and things, it expired because in my house, it was taught, man, you don't do no shit like that. Do y'all know how many, and all of us, me, you, and baby girl too, how many got family members right now that know what happened?
And he still ain't seen justice.
Ain't seeing justice. But you wanna really, really attack because you're changing, you want to push the energy, you want to say what's going on, but it's easier to say Bill Cosby ain't shit.
Right.
And then them niggas in your community ain't shit, though.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I that's the part I'm getting. You, however high, and again, whether this man did it or not, and if it did happen, I feel for those women like, 1942 or some of them that was, with their walker coming up and, I don't remember because I'm 43, bro, and I can't tell you what happened yesterday sometimes.
Right.
So some of them did admit that it was paper giving. You know what I mean? But when you talked about Weinstein or what's going on, Epstein, he killed himself in jail. Or so supposedly.
Yeah.
Supposedly. But he had a ledger. You watch this document, he had a ledger on everybody from that, what's the old boy from Great Britain, the prince's son.
Yeah.
Prince Charles.
Man, the Playboy house.
The Playboy Island.
They was getting done.
The island, yeah.
And then, and you can't really tell me, don't get me wrong, rape is a crime. I don't, you know what I'm saying? If anybody needs justice, it's those who are afraid to come forward or whatever have you happen. But far as I know, Quaaludes was a popular drug that motherfuckers wasn't dropping in your drink. Motherfuckers was taking willingly, just like Spanish fly and ecstasy. These ain't something that people slip on you. These ain't Mickey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think by the time Bill did his last one with like in the 2000s, I think he forgot, nigga, you ain't at the Playboy Mansion.
Right. Yeah.
Because Hugh Hefner, man, we can go on that. Yeah.
Hey, we done got off of your line. Artist known as the author, the actor, the poet. What we got next coming up for your line?
On the cool, I forgot, man. Just got to give a shout out. We did a poetic play at the Improv called "Consequences of a House Without an Absentee Father." Of consequences out of a house without a father, right? Made history with that one. That's now being turned into a animated short cartoon, right? Now it's been asked to be picked up to tour, so the next one will be I'll send y'all the link and the information for March 8th at Encounter Church on Mother's Day.
Okay.
I'll be back home. But in the play, I play you don't see me in the play, you just hear my voice. Let's just say it like that.
Okay.
But it's real dude. So of course you got that. Of course, you know, oh yeah, see, man, y'all doing more than I see. I got too much going.
We trying, man. We trying.
Yeah. Shout out to Tiffany Wilson and her team with Bougie Incorporation. I've been honored in the Kingpreneur, one of the 24, 25 brothers in the city.
Shout out to Miss Bougie.
Yeah, shout out to Miss Bougie, Tiffany Wilson. March 19th. Oh, it ain't coming out. I can't talk about that. But yeah, I'm doing a couple music videos and a couple films, man. So the only thing that's coming up so far is the book. Father's Day joint, June 17th with She Cold, So Cold, and Brother Malcolm at Tribeca.
Okay.
March 17th, Tribeca. I'll be posting that. No, June 17th, I'm sorry. June 10th, Texas City joint. Man, I'm always doing something, y'all. Y'all just stay
I
on
will
page.
definitely see you there. You doing a team celebration?
Yeah. So you know, I go through that just for the what it is.
Yeah, I done missed it a few years, but I'm definitely gonna be there.
Oh man, you know I done walked away with some trophies from that thing a couple times.
Yeah. I damn near did, but Poet Old School was on the stage.
Yeah. Old School, if you watching, you know you don't want this, brother. I need to go over there tomorrow, man. Chop it over. But if you want to see what I'm doing, man, you can check out my website, www.yolanyoung.com, or my Facebook page, Yolan Young, or IG, A Poet's Poet. There's always got something going on. And if what you want to see what's going on in the poetry community or just the community itself, I'm always blasting stuff on Soul Poetry. So even if I'm not in it, you can catch other brothers and sisters doing a thing, from merchandise to events that's going on in the city. I think it's good to give up to everybody, you know, not just myself, but if anybody that's doing something positive for themselves or for the community, I think we should give their flowers now.
Hey, drop your website again.
YoLonYoung.com.
Yeah, .com. Yeah.
And again, we'll have all that information underneath his interview on rebelliousjewels.com. Anything that he got coming up, long as he let us know, we're gonna post it up so y'all can be informed on our platform as well.
Hey.
Oh, Unspoken Words.
Yeah.
With the soundtrack with Nate Baum.
Hey, yeah, I got a couple of cuts on there, man.
Oh man, you make me look good on there, Jack, with that music, man.
Hey,
yeah,
man,
Old School did a good job running that, man, because that, woo.
That's
that's the trailer for Fair Play on there. I didn't even know that was on there.
Hold on, let's get into this trailer real quick.
Yeah.
Get into this trailer real quick. Man. Let's see.
Oh man, shout out to Jada Jenkins, Katrina Jenkins, Jada World Productions. I got
a new binge list. I'm telling you, man. I got a new binge list.
Okay, they got the trailer coming. Okay, let's see. Where did they already play it? Let me see, because it took me to this. Let's see if I can pull it up.
Like I saw a play symbol right underneath that black screen.
Well,
let's see.
Right here?
Yeah, click on there and see what we get. I thought I saw one with the play symbol in the middle row.
Okay, let me go back.
Yeah, man, I totally forgot.
So again, that's YoLonYoung.com.
Yes.
Go check him out, man. Plug yourself on all social media, IG, Facebook. Let us know where to find you.
Yes, sir. Definitely a Poet's Poet on Instagram. Facebook, again, just Yolan Young. Also Soul Poetry, that's SOL Poetry.
This is what we got. Was it Pipe Dreams that we just, or was it another one?
That was the one I think that was playing was Fair Play.
Okay, here
those
we go.
are all the interviews for Pipe Dreams. Yep, there it is. That's it.
Freedom. So what is Malcolm up to? His same old tricks. Girl, you know he's cheating. Why don't you just leave him? Because I love him. And we've been together for 5 years. Y'all know that. So you're not going to say anything?
Shout out to Nico and Tabitha.
You don't keep coming home late. I ain't going to have no problem with it. So you still salty to you?
About?
Bright specs.
Sasha. Babe, I love you. You have no idea how much I truly love you. Look, I can pay
She
your
don't.
The love is deadly.
Oh, it's so thick.
I don't know how she did that. That's not me. That don't even look like me.
It's over. You know you sound real crazy right now.
I am
To me, you have two options: either leave him or just accept the man for who he is. And he was talking about how crazy he's been and just talk about you nonstop, and she thinks he's obsessed with you.
I'm in here.
Okay, that's fair play. I mean,
That's fair play. Yeah.
I'm trying to see where we can catch this on the rerun.
See that we did the premiere for that one last August.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I know it's on the rerun somewhere.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if she pulled it because after we inked some deals, we inked some major deals, man. You know,
it looked like it was on at AMC. So I'm
it was. We that's what she normally premiere the films at AMC or River Oaks. But yeah, man, when I tell you it was packed in that thing, man, and the characters did well, man. It got so much a good review that once we she got hit by a major production company. That company was like, and it's a well-known company, and they was like, yo, not only we want to put these films, we want to take these films, we want to go ahead and start giving you collateral to start making your next project. So the sister, she's such a beautiful writer, and from Love Is to, I think this is film number 5. The next joint
again, shout out.
Yeah, Katrina Jenkins, Jailer World Productions, and I Do Media. That's B. Kells and my boy Pat. Like, they've been at it since 2017, 2016, something like that. And everybody is just getting better and better. So now is at the point where we're actually getting on major streaming. I'm telling you, it's like 20 different streaming networks or streaming channels. You know what I mean? So once it's on my page, I'll repost it. And tag y'all.
Okay. We're going to get all that information on the website so y'all can tap in.
And then stay tuned for Unspoken Words, man.
Yeah, man, stay tuned. I even got a cameo in there, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, cameo too.
Number 2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think you got 2, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The club scene?
Yeah, the club scene. Yeah. So, yeah, be on the lookout, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to Old School Productions. Yeah. Oh man, hey, if we could tell you, man, like people, the behind the scenes, but man.
Hey, it was great. It was greater than I'm telling you, man. I can't
love going to work,
articulate how cold it was. Man.
Yeah, fan of my castmates, man. Real shit.
That's what's up, man.
Hey.
Get your hands off me, Jack. Come on, man.
Shout out to Jaima, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo, the cast was crazy. He said your daddy should have put you in the condom, throw you against the wall so you could be even here alive, Jack. Damn, nigga.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. When it comes to acting, man, you and Jaima showed me how much of a diamond in the rough that we got out here, man. We got some real life talent out here, man, and they just waiting on they peek through, man.
Yeah, gratitude, man. I appreciate that, man. Like I said, like the other joint I just got hit from a sister who just saw the trailer. She follows me and my wife, you know, on the porch in a little bit, but you just never know. You know what I mean? She like, yo, man, I got big production family in Atlanta, and this producer done did this and this. She's like, okay, cool. You know, great. But then she was like, oh, you locked in, you in the film. I don't know what your role is, but you in the film. What?
Hey, man, it just goes to show you, just like, man, the last film you was talking about, I think it was Pipe Dreams, you said they wrote a whole nother character. Man, that just goes to, man, big ups. That just goes to the talent, man.
Man, appreciate you, man. Hey, anybody
that script, I mean, that's the truth, man.
Anybody, and this goes for everybody, man. Like whatever you gonna do, put your heart into it, man. Practice, rehearse. Don't look at, you gotta understand a lot of the people you see been doing it for years. So when you be like, oh man, I could jump on and just do like how you see how every day deliver it, man, they've been up this for a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A minute. So if you appreciate and love your art, you know what I mean, it's gonna love on you back. You're gonna get opportunities, man. Just stay with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so you already answered my question. I was gonna ask you, did you have any last words for the people?
Well, to capitalize on that, I know who you are for me in this game. You know what I'm saying? A spoken word, but man, what do you say to some of the young poets that's trying to navigate their way around? At least in the Houston city, where to go, who to talk to. You know what I'm saying? How to get themselves out there.
I'm gonna just say it like this, and this is coming straight from the truth. Don't let nobody tell you you ain't great. If that mirror don't talk back to you and say you ain't great, don't let nobody tell you ain't great. Stay focused, train. You know what I mean? Watch, go to everything, anything that's an open mic. Go ahead and go, but have your wisdom and discernment in yourself, and be mindful of people who just trying to take opportunity of your gift. Know what you're doing it for, and know your why.
Come on,
and keep practicing on your craft, and you know what I mean. Keep pushing, the narrative will grow. I believe that.
Facts.
These are words for anything you want to do.
Anything, man.
Dropping gems. Yes, sir.
That's what's up. That's what's up,
man. Love y'all, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing too, man. I'm feeling this.
Hey,
I
man.
I've been following you for a minute now. I was like, oh, he just gonna jump out there and they gonna tag me?
Yeah, man. I'm trying, but I ain't even that social media. I'm not even. I'm not even really that social media savvy. You know what I'm saying? I just started putting videos up and shit.
Yeah, I had to get him. I had to get him straight.
I was just about to say that. I said, I bet you it was a sister that got you in, because that's what happened to me.
Hey, that's my fam. That's my blood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
On this podcast, man, put me on the places like Fanbase, Wisdom, different support sites where you can network with artists and stuff like that, man.
Yeah,
those are also in the on the website, man. Check them out, man. It's more than just Instagram and Facebook, man.
It really is, man.
And out there.
You said it best. You said one word: networking.
Mm-hmm.
You have to network. You know what I mean? We can't just do this by ourselves. And it's some beautiful souls out there that's like, man, I'm trying to give you. I want to give you the game just off the strength of what you're doing.
Yeah,
you ain't got to pay. So a lot of the information, the way I move is just brothers and sisters. It's like, man, I want to give you the game because I just like your heart, your light, the sincerity. I just pay it forward the same way. So when people ask me for a game, I'm like, yo, tag me, give me your name, whatever, and I'll tag you whatever the next event is, whether I'm on it or not, whatever Mike, whether I'm on it or not. Because if you want to really get out there and get out there and get it, man. At least try. Yeah. And if it ain't for you, at least you said you tried.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I'm gonna send you a link for Fanbase. We're gonna get you on Fanbase, get you on.
Hello.
Make a little money.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with make a little change. I got college tuitions to buy.
Straight up and shit, man. Yeah, I got 5 of them.
Hey, I know. You got the tribe, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Man. So that's it. I'm telling you, man. That's what I do it for. Once I found out. Once God, I had to retire from the whole situation. My field of choice, my professionalism. I still had what the old folks would say: don't put all your eggs in one basket. So during the pandemic, the pandemic would let me go back into learning, and a lot of people would capitalize on the pandemic. I was one of them. My tour got stopped because I had a book tour, right? Right. That was changed. It was gone. It's gone. Ain't nothing good. Right. So I was like, okay, what can I do to maximize what I have now? So I started looking into investments, the market, the trade. And, shout out to Chad and School. Both of them brothers was like, I didn't even think, man. I was like, oh, y'all.
Yeah, they've been putting me on too.
Putting you on, man. And I mean, the moment, and this is no lie, in 3 months, boom. I was like, oh, so I started learning, not just, invest, okay, invest in this and this. So now it's like anything that comes with wealth being gained for years,
Yeah.
To leave something for my wife and the kids. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. It's nothing I really want now. I don't really rock, the latest this. It's like right now it's like the show foundation to leave something for my children. And to see that grow, that's the other part. Like, oh, okay. This is where it is. This is where the financial gain is. Okay. So, make this, put this here. When you make this, put this here. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just don't never quit.
Straight up, man. Like I say, I hit the ground running, man, and I've had inspirational people like you, school, man, everybody that I came across, man. It's such an embrace of sport, man. It's different from hip hop where everybody is seen as competition, man. So I mean, it's so much love in this game, man. I can't believe that I mean, back in high school, I didn't listen to school back then. You know what I'm saying?
And then the cool part about it, me and School been running around each other on this scene for years, right? It wasn't until we really bonded more when we started doing this film.
Right.
Found out, we 2 peas in a pod. You gotta do another pea in the pod. Like, man, like what? Why was we so well? Because we was doing our own thing, but you saw coming together and great minds think alike, and I thank God for that, man. The energy. Heard a brother say, man, the moment I put the gun down, I went after worried about getting shot.
Straight up.
So the moment I start, taking that whole negative energy away, now it seems like the universe and God just putting positive energy around me, like y'all positive energy. What y'all doing is good vibes, and you putting out positive energy is long information, and we laugh, we have fun with it. We want to see the best for our people and the world. You want to see the best, so that's what started being around you.
Lab. That's how the chemistry be in the lab, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's easier to be happy, man. It's hard to be angry because now you got to find something. You got to find problems.
You got to find something to be mad at.
You got to find something to be mad at. Why you just wake up, man?
Yeah. You banging over breakfast, nigga?
Yeah, banging on bacon, man. Oh man, it's too much beautiful. The world is too beautiful, man, and sometimes we just get so construed with our community and thinking that's the world when the world is so big. When I left Dago, man, when I left Cali and came to Texas, man, I just realized just that moment. Going to Colorado, going to this place, like, man, we and then I'm big on cosmos, Jack. You know what I mean? I'm like big in astronomy and all that. It's like, man, we are finite. So you know what I mean? Let's just try to do the best you can.
Right.
Like Pops used to tell me back in the day, man, when something pop off, one of the homies get jammed up by 5-0 or whatever was going on, and I'm out there like, Dad, what can I do? He said, you do what you can.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Do what you can, man. And that's what I'm doing. Just doing what I can.
Shit, straight up and shit, man. So, man, tonight we've had poet, actor / author, Yolan, a poet's poet in the lab, man. The chemistry was beautiful.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? This is a powerful and phenomenal talent, man. And, man, y'all just keep y'all eyes on him, man. He going to the top, man. And shit, man, I can only hope to blaze the same path, man.
Man, gratitude. Man. You got the pecan, homie. You know what I mean? We running a marathon together.
Straight up and shit. We're gonna continue this off live, man. Don't go nowhere, Yolan, man. We're gonna continue to talk, man. Before we go, man, just one more time on the plug, man. A poet's poet on Instagram, Yolan Young. Facebook, go to yolanyoung.com, get all the latest updates on what he got going on and some of his repertoire. And hey, man, we live in the lab. The chemistry.
And Soul Poetry on Facebook too. SOL Poetry. You'll see whatever the whole team doing and what's going on in the community, and from everything from events, artwork, music, inspiration. You're going to find that all that. I try to plug every brother and sister that's out here in Houston doing something, So you'll find whatever's going on in the community. And then on Soul Poetry.
Yeah. Any last words, kinfolk?
Yolanyoung.com. Y'all see it on the screen. You know.
Hey man, and you know on the cool, y'all really like kind of like the first one got my name right on the first try. It be Yolan. And it be so funny to be like, man, my name Yolan. It's okay, I get it all the okay. All right, next up, Yolan.
Hey man, I can't tell you how many times people announce me as Nate Boom. I don't know. Yeah, nigga, I'm a sound effect now.
Hey, this Nate Boom. Clearly say Nate Boom. Hey, proud of y'all, man. Y'all keep pushing this push, man. I'm proud of y'all, man. Thank you for asking me to come on here. It's an honor. It's fun. It's fun, man.
Yeah, we honored to have you in the lab come through. We just want to be able to say we did it first.
Hey,
we had you here first.
You know what I'm saying?
Sound like a bad relationship. I had the nigga first.
That sounds like some Ray J shit.
But no, we really do this because, just like you said earlier, it's enough for the messy, the drama, the celebrity bull that we see on social media and all platforms on an everyday basis. Why not show some positive entertainment? Drop your jewels. Maybe you can teach one. That's what we aim to do over here. We doing God's work over
each one.
Yeah. Hey, Nate. Why your sister? Why she had no picture? What's going on?
Oh, I'm just saying now. I've been I've been having a little lighting issues going on.
Be like, nah, man. It's a bad one this day.
There's a little lighting issues going on. I'm usually on screen, but it's a little lighting issues going on. Yeah, we're gonna have you back though. We're gonna have you back.
Hey, man, all day. I love it.
We plan on bringing some poetry slams to the platforms.
Oh man, yeah. Before we go, did you say you was gonna grace me with something?
Oh shoot, that's right. But you know what? It's on my notes. See, I remember I told you I was still memorizing. I was gonna do it for you. But if I get up out of there, it's probably gonna kick me off. So
no, it's all good. It's all good, man.
I still can jump. I'll throw something.
Well, yeah, hit us with whatever you want. Hit us with what you want to give us.
Okay. Say, can you see? We still dying out here in these streets, while the cops are not held for the death chokehold on my homies, whose bright badges and dark guns gave permission to kill our loved ones as phones record crime. Social media is live streaming. Now there's yellow tape and red flares, black mothers' cries, wails in the air gave proof on this night that this government does not care. Say, did my bending knee still stop the unjust brutality in a land where we wasn't always free and the home of the African descendant slave? Oh, say, can you see? These 5 words don't even cross my mind. For every time I pick up my handheld device, scratch that. I have smart TVs in every room, so I see it multiple times. He's unarmed. Hands up, hands down, music too loud, speaking up, not speaking enough, slagging his merchandise, going for a jog, being a little boy in the playground. Being a little boy in the playground, being a little black boy in the playground with a toy gun in the car with his wife and child, all mutilated creations gunned down.
Come on.
For generations have been killing we. Way before my time. And since your law stated I am 3/5 of a man, well, your uniforms are searched far and wide for Bigfoot in the woods before you really consider protecting the servant, anybody in my neighborhood yet. Your rock gets red glare. Has nothing to do with the senseless killings out here. Only foreshadowing news vultures with the headlines that a riot's gonna be near. You assassinate our leaders. Pay most of them off to the longer teachers. We can't even run to the preacher's door no more without fear of a bomb exploding our organs while Sister Johnson sits there playing the organ, worshiping, pleading the blood of Jesus. Jesus!
Spirit.
So take a knee, or don't. Sit or stand, raise a right fist to Congress and the rest of its constituents, understand that this is about equality, while diligently getting rid of the rotten apples that murdered a strange fruit once upon a time that hung from southern trees faithfully. It's nowadays. They no longer use the noose. Now they pull that thing from the side of their hip, emptying a full clip with the intent of killing you, see? I love my black people. But this is the kaleidoscope image that we view through as America. The remix.
Come on, we're gonna leave with that one, man. That's Yolan Young, man. A poet's poet. Good
right.
shit, man. Good shit.
Yeah, maybe you want to get up and shout. Thought I was in church.
Well, man. Preach, gratitude, man. Y'all keep doing your thing, man. And the movement will grow. Keep on, man.
Yeah,
it's podcast.
Oh man, y'all can catch this replay on YouTube, on Facebook. Y'all know how the vibes be in the lab. Any last words?
Hey man, he said a mouthful, man. I'm signing off. His name
drop jewels all night. Man.
Thanks.
Y'all know how the chemistry be, man. Y'all catch us on the replay. Visit rebelliousjewels.com. Join the site, become a member. That's what we're doing over here. We giving positive entertainment. Peace. Okay, let me broadcast it.